drop the rope. If you are trying to control everything yourself, the anxiety or fear is going to stay on the other end of that rope. So just drop the rope. Everybody just do that. Drop the rope. Just imagine yourself dropping the rope. And maybe it's not anxiety for you. Maybe it's just uncertainty because that vision feels too far ahead. But people like to feel in control. It's just human nature to want to feel in control. And that's okay to want to feel in control. But what do you do? What is your go-to when you feel out of control? Please write that down. What's your first thing that happens when you feel out of control? Because this is about self-awareness, right? And in finding out what's going on within you, you're going to be able to relate that to your clients. Some of these will jump out at you more than others for where you're at right now. But what do you do when you feel out of control? Some of you have positive motivators where you might worship, or you might do something that is a great strategy to take you into a positive emotional and spiritual state. But some of you may feel like your immediate reaction might be to work more, might be to be more creative, might be to try to do too much stuff. Can anyone relate to that? And I feel like a lot of high performers do this. They overwork or they get overwhelmed because, especially if you're creative, you're thinking about multiple things at once. What are the negative things that you might do when you're feeling out of control? Because I want you to think about those, because it's really important, because you might be somebody who actually has a great strategy to motivate yourself when you're feeling out of control. But I want you to relate to the pain points of people that you're going to help. What do you think makes other people feel out of control? Your potential clients, your team members. And this is really key for you to speak to, because they're going to hear that whistle from you. They're going to hear your inspiration, but also you need to get their attention and you want to speak into their pain. What do they do when they're out of control? Do they have addictions to the internet, to food, to scrolling, to drink, to alcohol? Do they fall into a pattern of anxiety? Do they start to speak negatively towards themselves? Do they go and waste hours of their day and avoid things? Are they in avoidance? Are they passive? Are they in denial? And honestly, I've seen a lot of Christians in denial. They might be high as a kite with their worship or their spiritual life, and yet they're not taking any action because they have underlying fear of taking action. This is going to help you with any areas that you may not be taking action in. So what do you think? Which areas do you feel out of control in, or most in control in, out of these 4 areas? So attraction, attracting the right people towards you. On a scale of 1 to 10, do you feel out of control or do you feel in control? And the level of control will have a lot to do with your level of skill and also your state of mind, whether you're in that hyper-aroused or hypo-aroused state, or whether you're in this state of flow where you're deeply connected with yourself and you have a lot of confidence. But having confidence in what you offer is different from having confidence in marketing what you offer or selling what you offer. They're different skill sets. You might have the greatest thing to offer, but is your attraction level a 5 out of 10? And this is going to help you get better at that, understanding what are you going to speak to. Is it attention? Is it getting the attention of people? So you may be able to attract them, but are they staying with you for long enough? And interestingly, in 2015, the internet blew up with this statistic, and it said that human beings have the attention span of a goldfish, 8 seconds. Can you imagine? 8 seconds. And then that got questioned. And so Netflix, they track how their viewers pay attention. And they saw that people will pay attention for longer than 8 seconds. They even know how long the average person will hit the tipping point and then be likely to finish an entire season. So Breaking Bad, it's episode 2. They know that they're going to finish the entire season. And why is this important to you? And why is this important for your marketing? It's because marketing has changed. Think about this. How long is someone going to pay attention to you in your marketing? And this is why I say you can't just rely on one quick fix or one script or one shallow piece of content to get people to be on board with you. It's a longer, slower process now of people being entertained, people being fully engaged, people wanting to pay attention to you. You cannot be boring. Sorry, but you can't just tell them information. You have to relate to them.